Ever stood in your kitchen staring at your food processor, half hoping it would just cook dinner on its own? Today, we're looking at the ones that pretty much do. This world has changed massively. It used to be the domain of one eye-wateringly expensive German brand sold door to door, and now there's something for every budget, from the bare basics to machines that cook on their own while you're at work. And here's the trick almost nobody tells you. It's not about watts anymore. What really makes the difference is the screen, the connectivity, how easy the thing is to clean, and whether it fits on your worktop or eats half of it. I've pulled together the 7 best you can actually get your hands on here in Europe, and fair warning, not all of them are in the space they take up. All the links are down in the description. Let's dive in. We're starting strong with the Ufesa Total Chef RK7, which is basically the wardrobe of food processors. This thing doesn't do subtle. It's big, it's imposing, and it demands its own permanent spot on the worktop. So if your kitchen's on the small side, keep scrolling. But what it delivers is seriously impressive. It runs a 2,400-watt motor, about as powerful as you'll find anywhere, which means you can throw dense dough or ice at it and it won't even flinch. The 10-inch touchscreen glides like a proper tablet. No lag, no waiting around. And my favorite bit? The jug is waterproof, so it goes straight in the dishwasher with zero fear of wrecking the contacts, which was the age-old nightmare with these machines. When it's grinding hard stuff at full whack, it does make itself heard, so first thing in the morning, you might wake the whole house. In return, you get a machine that never chokes on anything. It even has a reverse spin function on the blades, so you can stir stews without shredding the beans, which is a lovely touch. If the last one was a giant, this next one is the exact opposite. The Cecotec Mambo Touch is the king of tight spaces. It slots into any corner, comes in matte black with chrome details that look genuinely smart, and best of all, it gives you guided cooking with an app and a scale without hammering your budget, right at the affordable end. The value here is hard to beat. It comes with a little gem called the Mambo Mix Paddle, which instead of chopping the dough actually stretches and folds it like you would by hand. So a loaf of bread or a focaccia comes out with bakery-level stretch even if you haven't a clue what you're doing. The screen is 5 inches, a touch small for following recipes from across the room, but for how compact the whole thing is, it makes total sense. The app still has room to grow, though the physical controls work brilliantly on their own. And the thing you'll appreciate most over time, pulling the blades out to clean them is dead easy. No more dismantling half the base like before. Now we step up a level, because this next one plays in a different league entirely. The Taurus MyCook Next is about as advanced as it gets, and it's made right here in Europe, over in Spain, which is a real bonus because service and spare parts are just around the corner. Its big trick is that it heats by induction rather than a resistance element like nearly everything else. And what does that mean for you? It hits 140 degrees in a flash and gives you a proper sofrito, browning the onion and garlic instead of boiling them in their own juices, which is the gap between an okay stew and one that makes you close your eyes. It's got 2 independent scales accurate to the gram, one in the jug and one behind the screen, so you can whip egg whites while weighing your flour separately. The 10-inch display opens up a massive community of free recipes, shopping list, and all. It's a serious investment, properly premium, and because it needs fans to cool the induction coil, there's a constant low hum, but that's the toll for having that kind of heat power at home. And here's the twist you won't see coming. Because after telling you about a premium machine, it turns out one of the best you'll find at the supermarket, at Lidl. The Silvercrest Monsieur Cuisine Smart is the surprise of this list. It costs a fraction of what its rivals do and still packs a stunning 8-inch screen with videos built into the recipes. Not sure what it means to emulsify oil in a thin stream? You hit play and watch exactly how it's done on the screen itself, and the learning curve drops to 0. It finally has a central handle on the jug, so emptying 3 kilos of scalding soup stops being an extreme sport. It's a marvel for sous vide. Pop the salmon in its bag, set 60 degrees for an hour, and out comes fish that flakes apart. The spatula it ships with could be better, I'll be honest, but for what it costs, you won't be complaining. The one real catch is they don't sell it all the time. It turns up in limited runs and vanishes within hours, so keep an eye on the catalog. We're switching gears completely with the next one, which is for a very specific kind of person, the one who can't stand noise. The Moulinex iCompanion Touch XL is hands down the quietest machine on the market. It kneads, chops, blends, and you barely hear it. If your kitchen opens onto the living room and you don't want to crank up the telly every time you switch it on, this is the one. But it also has a design unlike anything else. Instead of a tall, narrow jug, it uses a wide, shallow, flat-based bowl. And what's that for? Proper stews, done right. In a normal machine, if you drop in a kilo of beef to brown, the pieces pile up and the bottom ones burn while the top ones steam. Here, the meat sits in a single layer on the base at 150 degrees, and if you take out the central shaft and fit the flat cap, you've literally got an electric casserole for slow cooking oxtail for hours. It's one of the pricier ones, and it doesn't come with a built-in scale, which stings a bit at that price, but if slow stews and silence are your thing, nothing else comes close. But hold on, because the next one looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi film. The Cecotec Mambo Cooking Victory isn't a machine that assists you, it's a machine that cooks on its own. Genuinely. It has a carousel up top, the chef crown, with 6 compartments that open when the moment's right. Picture it. It's 8 in the morning, you put the onion in one slot, the mushrooms in another, the rice in another, the stock in another, and off you go to work. You program it from your phone, and at 2 in the afternoon, the machine kicks off on its own, softens the onion, drops the mushrooms in at the right moment, feeds in the rice and stock with clockwork precision, and has a fresh risotto waiting the second you walk through the door. Sounds like magic, doesn't it? It reaches 180 degrees and has a self-clean cycle that leaves the jug like new with a quick rinse. It is tall, mined, so measure the gap under your cupboards before you buy. And the app has a few things to iron out, but for what it pulls off, it's from another planet. And if the last one was pure futuristic tech, we're closing with the complete opposite. Pure muscle, no frills. The Ufesa Total Chef RK7 is the workhorse of the list. It doesn't try to reinvent anything, it just does its job and does it beautifully, year after year. 2,000 watts of power that don't blink at anything. You can pulverize half a kilo of almonds for marzipan, and it leaves you the finest powder in seconds. It weighs 7 kilos, and that apparent flaw is actually a strength, because when you knead a kilo of bread dough at full speed, the machine stays planted on the worktop without dancing off the edge, something the lightweight plastic models can't promise you. The 7-inch screen is clean and lag-free, ideal if you're coming from a bog-standard jug blender and don't want any faff. Its own recipe library is on the short side compared to the cloud the others tap into, so it's built for someone who already knows how to cook and doesn't need a screen dictating every step. Simple, solid, and built to last. So, to make it crystal clear, if you're a keen cook chasing fine dining precision, the Taurus MyCook Next with its induction and twin scales is the king, no argument. If you've got a big family and cook in batches, the Ufesa RK7 and its 2,400 watts will handle the lot. If cooking bores you and you want the machine to do the work, the Mambo Cooking Victory and its dispenser are sci-fi made real. If you want the most for your money, dash to Lidl for the Silvercrest Monsieur Cuisine, which runs rings around its price. If your kitchen's small and your budget's tight, the Mambo Touch is compact and more than up to it. If you hate noise and love a slow stew, the Moulinex Eye Companion is your slice of peace. And if you just want a solid machine that never lets you down, the Ufesa RK7 is your workhorse. All the links are down in the description if you want to have a look and compare. Let me know in the comments which one won you over, and I'll see you in the next one.